Alright, let's cut through the noise here. Imagine this. Apple, the company that's basically redefined what luxury means in tech, is allegedly going to release its first foldable phone with just two color options, silver and dark blue. That feels oddly restrained, doesn't it? I mean, when was the last time Apple stuck to a two-color palette for a flagship? The iPhone 14 Pro had titanium, gold, and silver. The iPhone 15 Pro added a darker titanium. This feels like a step back, but maybe that's the point. Let me unpack why this might be happening, and why it's actually more fascinating than it sounds. Here's the thing, Apple's supply chain for foldable tech is still in its infancy. Folding displays are notoriously tricky to manufacture at scale without compromising durability. If they're shipping the iPhone Fold this fall, they're probably prioritizing getting the hardware right over experimenting with color variations. But wait, Apple's always been about control. They don't just pick colors randomly. Silver and dark blue are both sleek, understated, and scream premium. It's like they're saying, we're not here to play with flashy hues. This is serious engineering. But what if they're also hedging their bets? Maybe these two colors are just the starting point. I've seen rumors that they might expand the palette later, especially if the initial batch sells out. That's a classic Apple move. Test the waters with minimal options, then flood the market with more if demand spikes. Now, let's talk about the leaker, Sonny Dixon. He's got a track record, but even he admits these are third-party accessories. That's wild, right? The camera bump protectors are supposedly color-matched to the phone. But here's the catch, third-party manufacturers often guess at colors. They might be spot on, but they could also be wildly off. It's like trying to guess the exact shade of a car's paint job based on a blurry photo. Still, if Apple is leaning into a minimalist aesthetic, these colors make sense. Dark blue feels futuristic, almost like it's borrowed from the MacBook Pro's space gray. Silver is timeless, but it's also a safe choice. It's the I don't want to take a risk color. But here's what bugs me. Why not go bold? Why not take a page from Samsung's playbook and offer something like a vibrant orange or a deep emerald? Apple's always been the less is more brand, but even they have to innovate eventually. Let's zoom out. This isn't just about colors. It's about how Apple positions itself in the foldable market. Foldables are still a niche, right? They're expensive, complicated, and not everyone gets the appeal. By limiting colors, Apple might be signaling that this is a for the few device. It's not for the masses. It's for the early adopters who want to be seen as cutting edge. But here's the twist, if they do this, they're also setting up a future where they can later release special edition colors or collaborate with designers. Think about it, maybe next year, they'll partner with a luxury brand for a limited run gold or even a transparent version. That's the real game here. The initial colors are just the entry point. And let's not forget the psychology of color. Dark blue conveys trust and sophistication. Silver is all about innovation and modernity. Together, they create a vibe that says, this is the future, and you're invited to see it. But what if Apple is also testing how consumers react to fewer options? In a world where customization is king, maybe they're trying to prove that simplicity can be a selling point. Or maybe they're just being cautious. After all, the iPhone Fold is their first foray into foldables. They can't afford a misstep. So they're playing it safe, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes, the most revolutionary products start with the simplest choices. The real question is, will this limited palette become a trend, or will Apple eventually cave and give us the rainbow we've come to expect? I'm leaning toward the latter. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. What do you think?